Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Phasmophobia YouTube video. In today's YouTube video, I'm going to be going over how to get every single evidence item, what they do, and what they look like. So, I'm not going to waste any time, so let's just jump right into it. So before we jump into our first investigation here, I'm going to go ahead and tell you about the equipment. So, equipment is what you use to find the ghost type in your investigations. You can get these items from the shop here, but they all cost money, right? But luckily, each new player starts off with starter equipment. These starter equipments are the flashlight, EMF reader, spirit box, UV light, video camera, thermometer, ghostwriting book, and the D.O.T.S Projector. Everyone starts with one of each item. So if you're playing multiplayer, make sure that you get each person has a specific role to make sure you have maximum effect in each investigation. And just something that you need to remember is all tier 1 items are not as good as all the tier 3 items here. And it may take a lot of tries with the tier 1 before you get the results that you want. The equipment here actually does have like special mechanics. Each one serves a whole different role besides the flashlight. Like for example, the UV light is used to get the ultraviolet evidence. You can tell if you got ultraviolet if you scan the things that the ghosts have recently touched or interacted with, and a green hand or fingerprint appears on that object. But that's pretty much everything about the equipment and like your starter equipment. So let's go to Tanglewood and start our first round. So upon loading in, you should see your 8 items: the flashlight, UV light, thermometer, spirit box, EMF reader, ghostwriting book, dots, and the video camera. Each one of these has a special mechanic that is attached to them. So first we're going to start off with just the flashlight. Now I know I said every item has a special mechanic, but the flashlight doesn't really have a special mechanic besides lighting up whatever's in front of you and making it easier for you and your friends to see. Now it's pretty useless for me because I can pretty much see everything by itself. So first we'll start off with the EMF reader. The EMF reader is the item that is used to get the EMF level 5 evidence. Once toggled on, you'll see 2 red dots on each side. It'll also pick up the strength of the electromagnetic fields of the nearby environment. For example, when the ghost interacts with something, turn on your EMF reader and point it to that object that was thrown or interacted with. EMF 5 is not always guaranteed, especially with the tier 1, so it might take a few tries to get it. You can tell if it's EMF 5 once the bar shoots beyond the 5 mark and it makes that noise that's playing right now. And don't worry, you have 20 seconds before it disappears, so you'll be fine. The spirit box item is used to get the spirit box evidence. Once it is toggled, it'll create a white noise by constantly cycling through various radio frequencies, which allows the ghost to speak to the player. To tell if the spirit box is actually listening to you, there will be a blue light next to a microphone icon. It'll light up, which will represent that your voice chat is on and it's understanding you. Next to the mic icon, a ghost icon can be seen. That's how you can tell if the ghost is responding to you or not. If the ghost icon lights up red, the spirit box understood your question but the ghost did not respond to it. But if the ghost icon lights up white, then you should hear a voice come through your spirit box. It's also worth noting that the spirit box will only work when nearby the ghost and the lights are off. And yes, if you're looping the ghost, you can get spirit box while in a hunt because you are near the ghost at all times. And don't mind me being an idiot because I was using the spirit box while the light was on. Oh, we don't talk about that though. But this is what it sounds like when the spirit box actually works.
Activate.
Yeah, so you'll hear a voice and you could see that the light did light up white. So once you get a voice, that's how you can mark down the spirit box evidence piece. Now, I know I'm going a little bit out of order, but we're just going to skip straight to the ghostwriting book, just so it's a little bit easier for me. But anyways, this is the ghostwriting book. The ghostwriting book is the item that you use to get the ghostwriting evidence. once it is placed in the ghost room, the ghost has a chance of writing in it. That's when you should mark down the ghost writing, obviously. But if the ghost kicks the book twice and there is no writing in it, it is not ghost writing. Now, actually, fun fact, the ghost writing book will work together with the EMF reader. Sometimes, whenever the ghost writes in the book, it'll be an EMF 2. But there's a 25% chance, alongside EMF 5 being a 25% chance, that the ghost writing book, or the ghost writing in the book, will count as an EMF 5. But we're not talking about EMF 5, we're talking about ghost writing book. A little tip to make ghost writing a little bit easier is to get rid of everything that the ghost can interact with out of the room. Because then it would make the ghost most likely, or have a more higher chance of interacting with the book. And this one took a while, so we're just going to go ahead and cut until, or we're going to cut until it wrote in the book. So, as you can hear now, and see now, that the ghost writing sounds like that, and that's what the animation looks like. So, that's when you can mark down ghost writing. And I know the evidence is a little bit out of place, but just to prove that I got all this right, we're cutting to when I left that for that same round. And you will see that my selection was correct of it being a spirit.
Booyah!
Told you. Alright, let's move on to the next round. Alright, so the UV light was already explained, so here's a really easy way to get UV if it is one of your possible evidences. All you gotta do is just walk up to a door that the ghost has recently interacted with, and boom, there you go. You will see a glowing green hand on the door. So that's when you mark down ultraviolet. Next up is the video camera, which is used to get the ghost orbs evidence. Once toggled on, you'll see a green tint on the camera, which is different for tier 2 and tier 3. All you have to do is look around your ghost room and see if you see these floating little white dots around the room. As you can see, I can see it on my camera. It is recommended to turn off all room lights and flashlights to have better seeing. But once you see those white little orbs, that's how you know it's either ghost orbs or it's an El Mimico. Alright, so next up is the D.O.T.S Projector, which is used to get the dots evidence. Just like the... I didn't say that. Anyways, the D.O.T.S Projector is how you can find the ghost through dots. Through the dots, you'll see a ghost silhouette walk either towards you or to a random spot. Unfortunately, dead people cannot see the dot silhouette, so sorry dead people if you want to help your teammates, but you cannot see the ghost. So just watch me struggle to get dots here, so I can add some length to this video. And boom, right there. You seen that? That was a ghost silhouette. So that's when you mark down the D.O.T.S Projector, and as you can see, I had a Banshee. I turned off the car and it turned it right back on. Alright, so once again, here's proof that I got it all right. Me leaving that same session for Banshee guess.
Booyah!
Okay, there's the Banshee ghost again. I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, so the reason why I'm not starting at the entrance of the house is because this freezing temperatures took me 20 TikTok videos. I sat in the closet for 15 minutes or something like that, watching TikTok, waiting for the freezing temperatures. But here's the rest of the clip. Alright, ignore what I just said. This is from my previous round when I tried to get freezing temperatures. I just didn't have enough time to explain what it does in the previous clip. But anyways, the thermometer is used to get the freezing temperatures evidence. The thermometer is used to detect when the temperature in a certain room is unnaturally colder than the neighboring rooms. The tier 1 thermometer is very, very slow, so you must be patient with it. But you can tell when you're in a colder room than others. The first way is whenever you have the freezing breath particle come out of your face. You'll see it on your screen, it's pretty obvious. The second way is when the red line on the thermometer drops insanely fast, or faster than usual. the thermometer can read out both Celsius and Fahrenheit. But if the breaker starts off, all the rooms will be cold. So make sure you turn on the breaker as fast as possible and give all the rooms time to to warm up. If the temperature reads below 5, that means you are in the same room as the ghost. If it goes below 1, that means that it is freezing temperatures, so that's when you want to mark it. As you can see, I was having like immense difficulties with this, so now that I'm done explaining it, we're going to go back to the original clip. You should already know what I'm doing here, so I'm not going to say anything. Ta-da! It was a Hantu. So, alright. I'm going to tell you some things with the Tier 2 because I need a little bit more length. Alright, so we're back on Tanglewood with the Tier 2 Spirit Box, Ghostwriting Book, and the Tier 2 EMF Reader. As you can see, the Tier 2 EMF Reader is superior to the Tier 1 and 3. At least in my personal opinion. But anyways, as you can see, I have the Tier 2 Spirit Box, and I was waiting for the EMF Reader to go down. But once I turn it on, you can see next to the FM letters, you can see that there is a microphone, so it does know that my voice chat is on. And then under the MHZ, you can see that there is an X and a ghost icon. The X means the same thing as what the red dot would mean with the Tier 1. The Spirit Box understood my question, it's just the ghost did not respond to me. And then the ghost icon is pretty self-explanatory. The Spirit Box understood my question, and the ghost did respond to me. So we're just going to skip to whenever it responded to me. Alright, so you could see that the ghost icon did light up, and I did get a voice through my Spirit Box. And the EMF Reader is going crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and mark down Spirit Box and put down my ghost book. And like usual, this took way too long, so I'm just going to cut to when I got either EMF 5 or writing first. I don't remember which one I got first. Alright, so as you can see, I got an EMF level 2 and ghost writing at the exact same, well, not at the exact same time, but, you know, at similar times. So ghost writing down, and I will skip to the EMF 5 part. Alright, so I'm walking around with my Tier 2 EMF item, trying to check for any sort of EMF 5 here. Playing the guitar, you know, giving a little commentary. And I think it's right about here that I get the EMF 5. Any second now. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, see? Alright, so as you can see, all dots are lit up, including the red one. So that means EMF 5 plus the high frequency screech. So that means that I got Spirit once again with the Tier 2 items. So you already know how this is going to go.
Welcome back.
Okay, so for the final ghost, I decided to give myself all Tier 3 EMFs, and I had a pretty active ghost. Like, literally, I had 3 EMFs in, I guess, like, 1 door touch, it looked like. But this is what the Tier 3 EMF looks like. It points you to the direction where the EMF level is coming from. Like always, the 20-second EMF, like, detection thing. And just like this is what the EMF sounds and looks like, and it is still pointing me to the exact location, which it was from the window. So if it was UV, if I shined the UV at the window, I would have seen a fingerprint there. At least I think I would. I don't know what the percentages are on that one. Alright, so jumping over to the Tier 3 Spirit Box. Like usual, once activated, it'll create a white noise constantly by cycling through radio frequencies, which allows the ghost to talk to the player. It is a little bit different. Like, as you can see, the mic input is red until I started speaking into it. And immediately after I started speaking to it, it spoke to me. Yep. So, you know, same stuff. And finally, we got the freezing temperatures on tier 3. It is way easier to get it, but as you can see at the very beginning of the clip, I was inside of the closet because I was watching more TikTok while waiting for it. But as you can see, we are in the -1 Celsius degrees. So that represented that it was the twins, so I was getting my little booty out of there. And boom, here we go. Same session, the twins. You got all of the evidence here. We're leaving for the final time of the video, and you will see that I did get it right. Ka-chow.
Welcome back. I've got some
Alright.
goods ready for you.
Oh, I just had a very bad voice crack. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit the red subscribe button, make sure it turns gray. Speaking of the color gray, make sure you hit the gray like button. Make sure it turns either white or blue depending on what theme you're on. And this took me a really long time, so I'd actually really appreciate it if you did subscribe. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Markiplier, man.